Hi again, Greg Bell, News Tribune here in Cincinnati. Post-game family, looks like game going on behind me. The game that went on before this, very frustrating for the Seahawks, a very winnable game. They lose 17-13. Geno Smith and the offense lost this game. 4 times they got inside the 10-yard line in the second half, and they had this many points total in those 4 drives. 3 points in 4 forays inside the 7-yard line. 2 fourth downs in the last 2.5 minutes. Geno Smith didn't even throw the ball, never got the ball off. Let's break down those plays. First of all, the last play, I talked to Smith after the game and asked him, what were you looking at? It looked at, from the press box and on replays, that Smith was only looking to his left. What he had on 4th down and 8 at the 9-yard line was Seattle down 4 points and 40 seconds left. He had Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, his 3 top receivers, all split out wide right. He only looked left. He said that was because he noticed that the Bengals were double teaming Metcalf and, quote, probably double teaming Tyler Lockett on the right. So he immediately went off of that and went looking left to Colby Parkinson. It was Parkinson and Kenneth Walker as a safety valve on his left. He said he was waiting for Parkinson to break free in open and one-on-one coverage. He thought that was the matchup on that particular play in the Bengals coverage that was going to get a touchdown. He never got a chance to. B.J. Hill, the defensive tackle, crashes into him before he could get the pass off. He throws a desperate underhanded heave that was called an incompletion, but it was basically a no play, game over. The 4th down before that, 2.5 minutes left. He didn't have a chance, really. He was trying to wait for any receiver to come open. Lockett and Metcalf on his left were both covered and trying to get into secondary breakoff routes. And before they could do their secondary routes, Smith got sacked by Sam Hubbard, the defensive end, to end that drive. It looked at the beginning of the game today as if the Seahawks defense might give up 80 points to Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Here's what happened. The Seahawks came out blitzing their defensive backs, as they did against the Giants when they had 11 sacks, a team record in its previous game. Jamal Adams was blitzing from his 3rd safety position. Devin Witherspoon was blitzing from his inside nickel spot. After that first drive, Burrow had 9 of 11 passes completed, all quick, all one-step throw routes, and they went right down the field. The Bengals didn't score it easily. After the early 2 touchdowns they did on the second drive too, Burrow completed 17 of his first 19 passes with the Seahawks playing that type of attacking defense. Then the Seahawks backed off. They didn't blitz their defensive backs as much. They didn't blitz Adams as much and had him play more coverage. And the Seahawks started getting sticky and making tackles immediately upon the catch. Witherspoon broke up 2 passes on 3rd down, and the Seahawks started getting drive stops. 7 in a row to keep the Seahawks in the game. After the Bengals scored 14 to start, they had 14 into the 4th quarter. And if it wasn't for Geno Smith's 2nd interception of the game, they probably wouldn't have scored at all after those first 2 drives. That 2nd interception, a 0-yard drive for the Bengals into a 51-yard field goal to make it 17-13. Smith had 2 interceptions. First, he had 1 interception in 4 games entering this one. The first interception, it looked like he thought DK Metcalf was going to continue on an inside route. He said Smith said it's on me. He didn't blame Metcalf, not that you would expect the captain would do that. He said it was on me. I've got to be better. He said I have to be better, and I'm going to look myself in the mirror. If I make fewer mistakes, and if I make more plays, we're not even talking about a loss right now, is what Smith said after the game. He took full responsibility in blaming himself for the offense continuing to malfunction, especially down in close. 3-game winning streak goes away in a very winnable game that the Seahawks lose 17-13. All my coverage is at thenewstribune.com and on Twitter at G.